Computer.
Are we in gallery view?
We are in gallery view. All right. You ready for this?
Yep.
Welcome to Fun, Fresh and Footy with Pete Nash.
Hey guys, welcome back to Fun, Fresh and Footy, the podcast with terrible tips, zero editing, and the greatest yarns you'll ever hear in your life. I just realized I got that all around the wrong way, and that could be based off the fact that I've just come back from a week off work and I'm tired and I'm bloated because I just had to quickly smash my dinner because my computer decided to do a restart just as we were going to air. So how are you, Peter?
Yeah, I'm not too bad. I'm also a bit tired. I also have had a bit of an extended break off placement, just sorting things out, and went back for the first day today. And also just bloated from smashing my dinner, which
we've both had to smash dinner.
Yeah, I had like leftovers in the fridge, and I would like open the door and was looking for them, and I just could not see them anywhere. And I was just going like, where have these gone? Like, this is my dinner for the night. And
that's a sign you've had a big day.
I'm like looking around anyway. They'd fallen into the door of the fridge somehow.
And to see this going extremely well.
But you know what? I got it. I had it, and I'm bloated now, so that's good.
I'm bloated too. All right, let's move in.
So this week's episode is brought to you by our new friends at Dr. V Energy. Specifically this week we are talking about the Bender Bender. I'm just holding that up now. The Bender Bender.
YouTubers can see that.
Yeah, for the YouTubers. It's a mad little package for recovery. It aids in recovery from, specifically benders or getting on the piss, but also from just anything else. Big days at work, big days at placement, big days fucking podcasting. And also the other good thing is that you don't have to just have it after a bender or after a big day. It's actually good for before a bender too.
That's actually a very good point that you make. I mean, you could load up on that like prior to getting on the piss, or even just like playing footy or going to work or whatever. And all the good ingredients and stuff in it can help aid your body.
Get started on the recovery before your recovery.
Exactly. So you've made an excellent point. Now, the reason that the Bender Mender itself is so special and aids in recovery is because of what goes into it. Now, look, I'll be completely 100% honest. Peter and I aren't scientists. We're just professional podcasters. Actually, we're professional shit talkers. But there are special pine extracts that do go into this drink. They're from Siberia.
Goodness.
Even though they're from Siberia, everything's bottled in Wollongong. So we might add that because everything's collected from Siberian forests and whatnot. They bring them back here, crunch them down, make them into beautiful tasting drinks, obviously. Bottle them into sexy looking aluminium drinks. So we've got, the pine extracts, which are full of vitamin C. Everyone needs a little bit more vitamin C. But the main one that we want to talk about and the most important ingredient is the sea buckthornberry. Now, I don't know if any of our listeners are familiar with the sea buckthornberry. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it correctly. But this is me reading off a script here. The key ingredient, oh wait, no, I've missed it, is the holy fruit of the juice. So the holy fruit of the juice. Now, look, if I'm reading,
do you want me to tell you some things about it?
Well, you can if you want, but I'm just want our listeners to know that if you're buying something that's proclaimed as the holy juice of, like, the holy fruit in the juice, this is dribblier than what it was meant to be.
I think she should say that they're historically known as the holy fruit, not just in that
Yeah,
juice. They are.
That's exactly. Yeah, you know what? That's exactly what I was trying to say. That's exactly. I look. You know what? Working in an aluminium smelter, I'm pretty sure the magnetism there has fried my brain. But anyway, the sea buckthornberry is of the holy fruit of fruits. Very rich in all of the vitamins that the body needs. So vitamin A, B1, B12, E, K, P, and C. Now,
That's actually good for me because I am B12 deficient, but their levels are going up now.
well, you know what? The sad thing about this lockdown is you have all my Bender Menders. So I'm lacking in all of those elements. But we will get to it where I'll be able to get myself some. So it actually contains, the Bender Mender itself contains 8 times more vitamin C than an orange. So there you go, guys. If you're not Bender Mendering yourself, you're doing yourself a disservice. Obviously, it's also high in like potassium, calcium, magnesium, iron, like lots of other great things.
I'm actually like reading this and I am pretty shocked. It's one of the only foods known to provide all 4 omega fatty acids, omega-3, omega-6, omega-7, omega-8. That's actually pretty wild for a fruit.
Sorry,
I feel like
nine, not 8. It doesn't.
9.
Yeah.
Oh.
8 was irrelevant.
Yeah.
That's the bad one.
That's the one you don't want. Yeah, that one's
that's the trans fat one. We don't want that. That we just want to clarify that one is definitely not in there.
No.
So basically, as Petey mentioned, excellent for curing a hangover. It's also excellent for just recovery in general. And look, let's be honest, we're all in lockdown pretty much basically everywhere across New South Wales. So if you're not doing home workouts, you're drinking. So do I need to say any more? You should be having
Everyone's got something that they're recovering from. Like always. You're always recovering from like something. Whether it be a broken heart or
whether it's a broken heart, a broken spirit, or just the fact that you guzzled 4,000 beers last night. So what Dr. V has decided to do for our listeners, so you guys get to reap the benefits of us trying to explain what's in these holy fruit drinks. So basically, if you go to drv.com.au, you might have to clarify that. Just type Dr. V Energy into Google and you'll find the website. They've got all their different drinks. They come in cartons of 12. You can get sample packs as well if you do want to try the array of drinks. Are you confirming?
Yeah, I might just jump in and confirm. It is www.drv.com.au.
Yeah, so forget the energy. But their Instagram is drv.energy. So that's where you get a little bit confused. Anyway, jump on their website, pick which one you want. We're specifically, is that the right word? Specifically encouraging you to get the Bender Mender so you don't have this problem going on. Punch in the code FFF, all lowercase, so triple F, which stands obviously for Fun, Fresh and Forest. And what you'll get is 25% off at the cash register.
So much.
With lockdown, obviously Gladys is trying to make sure everyone doesn't leave the fucking house. Do yourself a favor, do what PD does, get it delivered to your door. Plus, you're saving yourself 25%. Like that's a quarter of the price of the original carton. So, like, what else can I say?
Do it. Be better.
Thank you. Be better. And that's their hashtag. And I feel like the first 11 minutes of this is going to be better.
Be better.
All right. So let's talk about our weeks. So we'll move into that. We don't have a sound for that. We need to get like a transition sound or whatever.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah, I'll figure that out one day. However, my week, I got a COVID test on Saturday. So today is Wednesday the 11th. I got a COVID test on Saturday just because I wasn't feeling ill. I'd found out there was like 4 cases in Maitland. I'd kind of been willy-nilly around Newcastle. So it was more precaution. So anyway, Saturday morning, about 8:30, I rock up and waited in line for about, let's say, 3 hours to be safe. Pardon me. And it took 4 days for my results to come back, and I'm negative. So other than the fact that, I don't know why my screen's being weird, but other than the fact that, yeah, we were already in lockdown, then I was actually literally locked down to my house. So I haven't really been doing anything. We've got Petey a microphone, so we can sound more professional.
Hopefully I'm sounding good now.
Well, you sound a lot better than I do. So we did spend a little bit of time trying to figure that out, which was hilarious. I kind of wish we videoed us trying to do that.
It was hard work, but also we're talking a lot of shit in between.
That was that was really hard. And I've done a couple of home workouts as well, which sort of has sparked my motivation to sort of sort my life back out. But
yeah, you've been sending a few snaps of you on the bike, the stationary bike.
Yeah, I can't get back on that bike because I bruised my ass.
Oh, I get that. I get like chronic, not chronic, that's a bit far, but such painful bruises on my ass, and
you can only do it for like a couple of days. You got to condition yourself on the bike, I reckon. But I've been doing how is
anyone doing the Tour de France and shit?
They must have like super comfy chairs, seats, or they have no ass. I don't know. Or really big glutes. I don't know. But I've been doing heaps of home workouts and I'm sick of doing them. I was actually pleased to go back to work today because I was like, I can't do one more fucking workout in my dad's shed.
Not until I get all your bender menders to you.
No, literally. But I did promise Scott, if you're listening, I will be doing a Bronco tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. I might even film myself doing it just so people can laugh at me.
What time are you aiming for?
Well, I actually went in to check because I made Scott send me through all the girls' results because I was like, I need to know everyone's results so I can try and beat them. So I'm fucking having a beer doing this on the pinnacle of health. But my last score was 620. Oh no, 612. Sorry. So I'm like, I've definitely not been doing much activity other than the last 2 days and feeling quite heavy right now. But who knows? I could have sweat a whole heap of water weight off at the smelter today and I could just be
maybe
running on just, I don't know. I'm going to push myself, but what's yours? Just so I know.
My most recent time, not my best time, my most recent time was 5:42.
Oh my God.
I think my best is 5:20 something, 5:30.
Send in your best Broncos if any of our fit listeners do it because that's fucked. What about you? What have you been doing? Your backup placement, you're doing it from home?
Yeah. No, so I was doing it from home on Friday and yesterday, and there was just sort of things were a bit in the balance, but I'm back today and very thankful to be able to come back because out of the 4 of us that were doing it, only 2 were allowed to come back.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why weren't the others?
Just COVID and a certain amount of people and several factors.
The world has just, and by the world, I mean just the hunter. The hunter has literally just turned to shit in like this.
Yeah. So only 2 of us actually get to even finish out our placement there. So
lucky you. Congratulations.
Thank you. I feel very lucky for that. Other than that, I celebrated a big 1 year with Penel on the weekend.
Oh, Big P. Yes, that looked really cute. Even my mum commented on that saying that that picnic looked cute as fuck. So
yeah, had a little backyard picnic.
Do you want to inform the listeners of what you fucking dribblers got each other for
Oh my
1 year
goodness, yeah.
anniversary
Well,
present.
Pernell actually got me a bunch of presents, but one of the presents he got me was a retro Roosters jersey, and I literally got him a retro Knights jersey. So
Isn't that the
when
most beautiful thing? I couldn't believe it.
from
When you sent me that, I was like, that's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
so dribbly, but it was very nice. It showed that we both think that, I don't know, it was literally from the same shop and everything. So
Oh, stop it. I'm gonna get all emotional. It's beautiful. I love love young love. So,
yeah, but it was nice. We had a good weekend, just like eating heaps of food, cooked up a few things, and just spent the weekend
smashing beers.
around. Yeah, I had a few beers on the Saturday. It was good. Got my COVID vaccine on Sunday, actually.
Oh yeah, you did. Any side
Got my
effects?
first dose. No, not really. Had a bit of a headache on Sunday night after it, but
A
I
head
probably
like
already
that
was
is gonna ache anyway. So
Yeah, exactly. Plus, I had beers the day before, so I was probably like just hung.
you know what? You were saying to me, and this is again off topic, but that's what I reckon. If we ever rebrand this, we'll just call it off topic. But you were like, when we were talking about going to Ladies' Day, you're like, oh man, I don't want to get like too pissy because I got to get my Pfizer jab the next day. So
Yeah.
it kind of like worked out well that you could get it, not be like ridiculously
It did.
hungover.
I was definitely like glad I wasn't super hung. Like I'd had a few beers, but I was so glad I wasn't super hung because I had to drive myself there and like whatever.
I can't remember, but like I did watch a fair bit of football. So it must have been like because I took some nights off. So I consumed a lot of football over the Friday and the Saturday night and drank a fair bit. And to be honest, without having a bender mender, I don't know, maybe my body's just conditioned to it now, but I actually woke up feeling fresh as fuck.
That's good.
But then I was locked down, so I couldn't really do anything else. So I just started drinking again.
Yes, I'm actually back on the running train now.
Well, now that I can leave the house, like today was like my first day I could leave the house. So I had to like literally wake up for work, check my alarm, check my phone to see if I'd got my results. And then yesterday I hadn't had it, so I went back to bed. And then today I did the same. And then I was like, oh, dope, gotta go.
Yeah.
But yeah, now I will be running tomorrow. I promise.
Yeah, I went for a run this morning. I'll go again in the morning.
How far did you go?
Only about 4Ks.
4's a good number. 4's a good
distance.
Yeah.
Plus, I don't want to I'd have to get up too early to do it before placement and then drive out to Maitland. So it's like just get a quick one in.
Quick question. When you were running, was it dark?
When I started. When I started, it was a bit dark.
When I got up and left for work, I know this is another off-topic thing. The sky was beautiful this morning. It was like full of stars. This is at like 5 o'clock in the morning, but the sky was like full of stars, but then it was like super foggy on the way to work. And I'm like, today's going to be a lovely day.
It was a nice morning, and it actually was a nice day. Like I didn't really notice because I was inside all day, but when I left placement today, I was like, wow, it feels like it's been a nice day out here.
Well, you know, it's a nice day when it's muggy and like 90 degrees in an aluminium smelter. So that's how I knew it was a nice day.
Yeah.
What else? Anything else interesting happening in your week?
No, I did say one thing though. I found out today my gym was actually like a close contact for COVID.
The tanning, not even the gym, like that's your tanning place.
No, I know. Anyway, last week I was so lucky. That's one of the first weeks I haven't actually been to the gym in so long because I had my concussion. So I was like, concussion saved me from COVID.
Oh, wow. I never thought I'd see the day that a concussion would save you from COVID. Anything in this world. That's what I was just saying before. If COVID's not going to kill us, it's going to be Mother Nature. So, I don't know where I was going with that. All right, should we move on?
Yeah, let's move on.
Bring up some notable mentions.
All righty, so notable mentions for the week. Do you want to kick off or who wants to take
sure. You can go first because I'll have a squeeze at my notes. I'm just getting into them. I forget what I've written.
So I ran myself a bath yesterday because I've been doing all these home workouts. So I was like, I'm going to treat the body to some nice hot therapy, and ended up watching like this extremely long video about like the NRL judiciary or whatever the fuck it's pronounced. So a lot of mine's to do with that. Anyway, my notable mentions were obviously Adam Reynolds became the highest point scorer for the Rabbitohs. He overtook a 46-year record. Eric Sims was the last one to hold that. I didn't actually get the number.
Did you see him go for that kick though, that it was like super far out and everyone was like, surely they give it to Trell, and he just wanted it because he wanted to get, it was like the kick that would have put him up over, like over the.
Didn't he score a try but to get it?
He ended up scoring the try, but he kicked for goal and like missed by so much when they like it was a penalty. Yeah, it was penalty at like just on halftime or something. It was like so far out, and then everyone was like, "Give it to Trail," and he was like, "Nah."
I want me fun, fresh, and footy merch in here.
Yeah.
I'm slouching. Sit back. Yeah, so I thought that was pretty cool. I don't know how true this is because I haven't really checked the team list. But I read something about that Will Chambers was dropped for his sledging comments that were made in the game last week.
Really? Did you watch that game? Did you watch like Kane Evans have a crack at him?
If you remind me what day it was, who does he play for? Cronulla.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did actually watch this game because I had
Did you see Kane Evans punch him?
Yeah, and like he couldn't land a single blow.
The first one sort of hit him.
Pardon?
The first one sort of connected.
Yeah, they weren't great connects, but he went at him twice, which was a bit of a brain snap. But apparently Chambers, from what my investigations, Chambers was obviously sledging, just being the lippy little prick that he is, and obviously set off Kane Evans. So it was Kane Evans, Dallin Watene-Lezniak. How do you say his name?
Watene Zelezniak.
Yeah, I always and Matt Lodge that all got like in trouble for like the brawl, and now they're all facing suspensions. But then upon further investigations, the Sharks teammates were a little bit unhappy with what's his name, Chambers, because Andrew Fafita is good mates with Matt Lodge and just didn't like it. So a little bit. It
does seem like he's a little bit of a like tosser.
Well, I was just watching him he was just on the news when I was like smashing my foghorn with my dinner, and I think Toby Rudolph was just like, yeah, he's all right. He's a good bloke. I'm sure he's a fine bloke, but he's just lippy as fuck, and everyone knows that.
But in saying that, like, sure, he was lippy and whatever, but at the end of the day, Kane Evans came out and punched him. He still never reacted, really. Like,
no, he laughed in his face, and that's
exactly.
That's the exact reaction that he would have wanted.
Yeah, exactly. So he's actually like fucking good at what he does.
And apparently, from listening to other stuff, he can throw them. So, I mean, if you're going to talk the talk, you got to be able to connect the connects. If you're following what I'm saying. Yeah. Another big one that came out this week related to rugby league, Anthony Don of Gold Coast Titans fame will retire at the end of the season. So he's been like a veteran around forever.
I saw that. Is he going to Super League or is he just retiring?
He's just retiring. Brody Croft, however, is going to Super League. I didn't have that written down, but yeah, he is going to Super League. So as the Hello Sport boys would say, off to go and win himself a Man of Steel.
Yes.
We probably could have talked about this in the Chooks game, but Jared Hargreaves is rested for this week. Unsure why. We're versing the Broncos.
Several injuries, apparently like rib cartilage, broken hand, like a lot of like little injuries that he has been just saying like, nah, he's been just saying, let me play.
Oh, well, that's fair enough. I'm glad you looked into that.
And now they're like, nah.
Cleary's possible to return this week, but I'm guessing that's on the extended bench.
Yeah, I don't reckon he'll come back just yet. It would seem a bit crazy.
Let's say, look, to be honest, I think it's pointless him coming back. Like, I know it sucks that we lost to them on the weekend, but one, the ref was fucking shit. And two, they were still a good team. Like Penrith was still obviously the better team. There were some fucking dodgy calls, but we'll get to that. Now this was.
I reckon if Hargreaves had stayed out for that whole game, they would have won too. He only was out there for like 15 minutes.
I must have been drunk by this time. I can't remember.
Yeah, he got binned and then.
Yeah, I remember him getting binned and then.
Yeah, they pretty much didn't let him back out after that. They just said, "Yeah."
So I listened to this like 25-minute video from the NRL head of football, Graham Ainsley. I think that's how his surname is pronounced. And they're talking about sort of like the crackdown on the foul play that's going on in the NRL. Obviously, because there was quite a few suspensions this week. Now, I haven't double checked what happened last night with the judiciary and stuff, but the ones that are already going through were, so we've got Tarek Sims from the Dragons, that was for a high tackle. Angus Crichton, this is one that Robbo's blowing up about. He's missing
3 weeks or something.
Yeah, 3 weeks for that crusher tackle. Kurt Capel's out for a dangerous throw. Jack Hetherington, high and offside. He needs to.
Jack Hetherington is the king of fucking highlight deliberate.
Yeah, HLD. Yeah, that's what he probably has written on his fucking straps. Dylan Napa also out for a crusher tackle as well. Now, what Ainsley was basically saying is the reason for these suspensions rather than, say, a fine, because there was, oh, God, I didn't write it down, but there was a couple of other players that were just fined, but these are apparently repeat offenders, and they're trying to get the message across that, like, it's like, okay, if you're going to continue to do these things, we're actually going to just fully suspend you from the game.
Yeah, it sucks because we've got a few of those for the Chooks, like the likes of Crichton, Warrior Hargreaves, Radley.
And look, we can touch on it now, or we can touch on it later. I mean, watching the tackle, yes, it kind of was a crusher tackle, but the way that whoever he was tackling, I think it might have been Liam Martin or something, there wasn't really, and that's the thing about like these tackles, and then they go back and watch them back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Like, he couldn't really do much about it, like the way that he twisted into it as well. So I really
I find the crusher ones like a little bit, like some of them are really bad, but other times you just think, oh, that looked pretty soft, like
3 week, and then they all get up like this. They're like, oh.
Yeah, I know. And then jump up as soon as it's like all good. Speaking of like sin bins and things though.
Go on.
After watching, I think it was probably the Chooks game because that's the one I care about. Like when Maria Hargreaves got sent off or like sent for 10. And I've heard people talk about it before, but what do you think about when a player gets sent for 10, if the other team scores, they should get brought back on, even if it hasn't been 10 minutes?
Oath.
It should be like, it just becomes too much of an advantage if they're scoring like 2 or 3 tries.
Considering the game is so fast now anyway, like they're comparing it to like touch football, why not?
Yeah. Like, and then it fucks them because say if like, even if they only score the 1 try, they've got the advantage, but then this team's defending a man down for 10 minutes. Like they've not only got the try against them, which is an advantage to the other team. Again. They've also got the fatigue that comes with it. So I just think that the advantage is too much.
Or just bring it down to a 5-minute.
Yeah.
Or what?
But then it gets hard because some of the times you're like, I don't know if there would be more send-offs with a fight. I reckon like if they score a try, they can come back on because then they've got their advantage. And then
have you heard this, or is this something that we're just spreading?
Oh, it's definitely not coming in. We're just spreading it.
I reckon we spread that because that is good. Because it is like not only you're right, they've scored the try, then they get the advantage and they're again attacking. They're defending a man down, like you said, fatigue set in. Holy shit, someone get me on the phone to NRL and get me on the phone to Peter V'landys and let's see if we can get another rule change for 2021. They change the rules every fucking week.
Legit.
The only other notable mention I had was just wrapping up the Olympics. So we did much better in Tokyo than we did in Rio. So we got 17 gold all up and 46 medals in total. So congratulations to all our Olympians. They did a really good job. Clap, clap, clap. Clap on the roadcaster. Righto, what do you got? What's notably mentioned? Do you want to hear the sound?
I think
Better bring
yes,
up
I do.
some notable mentions.
From Peter.
Righto. I think the most important one that I have down here, something that everyone has been waiting a long time to hear.
I'm nervous now.
Janet's favorite hot boy.
Oh. All right, hit me.
So, do you want to have a guess?
Tell me the team that they play for.
Cowboys.
Jason Taumalolo.
No, it is Valentine Holmes.
That was my second guess. That was going to be my second guess. You know
I wasn't expecting that from Mum, but he is a good-looking boy.
Is she a cow supported by at all?
No, she goes for para.
She goes for para.
Yeah.
Oh.
I was like, sure. When I was asking her, I was like, Mum, who's your favorite hot boy? And she said, oh, I don't know. And I was like, surely you find one of the para boys hot. And she was like, oh, no. I was like,
I'm glad we're all on the same page here. I'm kidding.
I mean, it's hard when the cattle are people like Gutho.
And look, he must have, he sees what I tag him in. I can see that he sees what I'm tagging him in. And it's funny that he had a rat's tail and then he ran out on whatever night it was and there was no rat's tail. So I think my inboxes get into his head and then they lost. So maybe he should have played with the party rat's tail. Who knows?
Maybe.
Bring back the rat.
But yeah. No, Mum loves our Holmes.
You know what, Janet? I also think he's a hot boy. So good choice. Good choice.
Yeah.
At least we know you've got good taste in men.
Yes. I also wanted to say when I was watching the Broncos game this week, I knew Herbie Farnworth was quick, but he's fucking got some toe.
He
just
quick.
took off.
And he's actually
took
quite
off
a good player.
And step. Yeah, I really rate him as a player, but I was like, fuck, I didn't think he was that quick.
Boy, you got speed.
Bruh, I was just like, what? It was wild. Do you just want me to keep going?
Yeah, keep going.
My next thing was, did you reckon that the yellow collars on the Storm jerseys looked like those cooling rags?
Look, I didn't rate that jersey at all. I know, I'm a big fan of the collared jerseys, but I did not rate that jersey one iota.
By the time I flicked over, Hines was kicking a goal and he just had the jersey on and I hadn't seen the jerseys on everyone else. The collar was up. I literally thought he was wearing one of those cool down towels to kick his goal. And I was like, surely it's going to fucking fall off or something. I was like, he's a bit relaxed.
And then you're like, everyone's got a cooling down towel.
I was like, everyone's got them. No one's surviving in the Queensland heat.
What was that for something special or something, that jersey, or was it
I have no idea.
Apparently
they were ugly though.
It was a special round because my dad asked me about I think it was men in league or men in or something to do with men's mental health. That's why they were all wearing those different socks. So we did miss that. I
did see the different socks. Yeah.
Dad kept asking me, but I couldn't find anything. I could not find anything on NRL.com about it. I don't know whether that jersey was for that or not. So
don't know. It might have just been to keep cool.
Maybe.
They
did keep it cool.
Well, yeah, they fucking did. I also changed. Anyway, I'll talk about it later. I had Croft to the Salford Red Devils, which we already talked about. Yep. And I also, as my last thing, which I did send you a Snapchat about through the week, is on my walk the other day, there was these people that brought their rowing machines to the park.
Oh, yeah, I do remember that.
I think
that's excessive.
What's the go with that? That's just trying a bit hard. Just do a rowing workout when you're at home and a running workout when you're at the park. I think
parks are for running, Broncos, football training, picnics
soccer
sometimes.
Training. Yeah, picnics.
Dogs. Dogs, playing with your dogs. There's no need for rowers there at all.
No, not typically for rowing. I honestly was just thinking, That just seems like rowers are one of the most like awkwardly shaped and weighted pieces of equipment also.
Look, I'll cut you off right there. They're actually quite light.
Yeah, but no, I mean the fact that the one end is really light and the
Wait,
other
where
end.
were you? Where were you, by the way?
You know that Adamstown soccer field?
Yeah, I do. Me and Brooke used to kick there all the time.
It's no, but the fact is that one end is light because there's nothing in it. It's just a pole, and the other end is quite heavy because it's got the whole rowing thing, and then it's like this awkward
yeah,
balance
you just like
thing.
wheel it. You just wheel it. But
Well,
that's
I would believe it would be quite hard to wheel across the grass.
yeah, and my question is, how did they get it there?
There was a ute parked.
All right, so the plot thickens. Yeah, that's unnecessary. So let's spread that to everyone. Stop rowing at the park. That's where you do your conditioning and your Broncos, or you play with your dogs. Leave that shit for the shed.
I don't want to see any more rowing at the park.
Yeah, take your car out of the garage, put your rowing machine in there. No one needs to see that shit. And if we see it again, we're going to call you out on it. So
I think the worst bit was that they were just doing like rowing sets, and then they would just walk from the rower to the like soccer post and back. And I'm like, you just walking, like, why did you come to the park?
Yeah, why aren't you doing this in your shed?
Like, you can walk anywhere. Like, just walk, do it in your shed, walk to your mailbox and walk back. Like,
maybe they're practicing for like France or something.
Oh, they definitely didn't look like that. No.
No, that's it. If it happens again, let me know, and I'll be down there in a heartbeat to tell them off.
I will let you know. That's pretty much all I had for my week.
Fuck, we've had busy weeks, eh? Well, actually, no, I really
Considering lockdown.
Considering lockdown. Lockdown is, I feel like we're going to be locked down for a long time.
Yes.
There's fucking, I was talking to someone today and they said they drove past like Merriweather around where Blue Door was, and people were just sitting there, and it's like,
yeah,
just go home.
Yeah, I know. I feel like
go home and do a freaking workout at home, or drink like what everyone else is doing, or a podcast.
Yeah, go find your own podcast.
Start crocheting or something. I don't know. Find a hobby that doesn't involve like spreading Delta. Because now I'm gonna try and
see. That's the thing. It's like everywhere is just like popping up and becoming a hotspot. And I have honestly 6 days left of placement now, and I just
Don't you fuck it up for Peter's
place. I know. I'm like, I don't want to go anywhere. That's why I literally sent you a snap this afternoon, and I end up doing my groceries on click and collect, so I don't have to go into the shops.
Oh, well, I'm glad you let me know that, because Mum was, I told Mum about that, and she wanted to know what you ended up doing.
Yeah, but I can't pick them up till Friday.
I was about to say, but apparently the wait time on it is quite intense as well.
Yeah, got to pick them up on Friday. But you know what? It's better than me getting COVID and ruining their placement. So,
oh, you should see the measures at work now. Like, you got to line up to basically get in the car park, because they've got this giant big board of all the hotspots that you got to, like, it's 5 o'clock in the morning and you're like trying to read with this dim light to see if you've been to any of these places. I'm like, bruh, I've been locked down since Thursday. I haven't left the house. So no. Then they take your temperature, and then you're allowed to go and find a car park.
So they do all the temperature checking out the front.
Yeah, like it's not even at the gate anymore. It's like a lineup.
I could be doing that job. Why won't Tomago hire me back again?
Right, do the Storman one or whatever it is, or come be an operator. We'd rip and tear. We'd rip and tear in the pot lines.
Fucking oath. How's the question? I had the conversation I had with the lady this morning at the door, like just giving her so much panic for nothing. She's like, oh, you know, have you been to any of the hotspots? And I was like, nah. I was like, oh, I haven't seen the ones that have come up this morning though. And she's like, well, there's quite a few that have come up since this morning. And I was like, oh, I haven't left my house in like 6 days though. And she's like, oh,
I know. The only person that messages me is my mum, and it's just to give me more updated hotspots. I'm like, Tone, I have literally not left the house since Thursday, except to go to the showground to get tested, and then I came back. Like, I have the closest thing I've done to leaving the house is running up my driveway to check the mailbox.
And it is interesting that You see the hotspot one that by the Daily Blue. Shout out to the Daily Blue news.
Yeah, shout out. They're a good bloke. He's a good bloke, and we want to get him on.
Yeah, definitely. And then his article and it said, new COVID exposure sites look like a nice little Sunday sesh or something, because all the sites that came up were like brewery, Babylon.
Do you know what? I was going to say that, like, because obviously we had our celebration beers on that Sunday, and Mum's like, where the fuck did you go? Where the fuck did you go? Where did you go? And I'm like, look, we literally parked up at the Prince for probably at least 7 hours. And then we went to Broadmeadow, Hungry Jack's, couldn't get in, went through the drive-through, and then I went to Peter's. And then they were like, yeah, this chick went to the Great Northern, the Queen's Wharf, and then the Cambridge. And I'm like, lucky I had to work, because we would have ripped and teared at the Cambridge. I know that for a fact.
And Honeysuckle Social and Babylon and
they're just
else.
Busy little bees. Every one of them. That's why I was concerned. That's why I went and got tested, because I'm like, fuck, I've been a busy little bee. I've been all over the place.
True. I kind of forgot we went to Prince, but lucky that hasn't been an issue.
But lucky, like, you and I are just like, let's sit here, let's settle in, find a good vaping area, and just shout for shout, schooner for schooner, and just dribble shit.
Exactly.
Without a microphone.
You got to stay put.
This is pretty much what a pub conversation between me and Peter's like.
Yeah.
It just doesn't have sound effects. All right. Should we talk some rugby league?
Oh, I guess so. It's probably only like half an hour in and we haven't said anything about rugby league yet.
Yeah, well, we'll quickly whip through. Look, I got 5 from 8 last week in our tips. I
honestly changed to all I fucking changed mine last minute, as I always do.
Well,
and
so I got the Knights right. Knights beat Broncos 28-20. I got the Raiders right finally.
Yeah,
to beat the Dragons. Do you see Cody Ramsey's teeth? So Cody,
and he didn't have a mouth guard in.
Yeah, and I played like the first half of my season of rugby without a mouth guard, because I'm like, yeah, I'm fucking mad.
No,
actually, I literally couldn't find it. But seeing that, I was like, holy shit, I'm actually going to start taking my mouth guard.
And it was like
training now.
Root snaps or something. It was like gross.
The picture was disgusting. I wanted to try and share it in the green page, but yeah, I must have got sidetracked.
That doesn't sound like you.
Well, where
Rabbits
were we?
Smash the Eels.
Yes. So the Bunnies have just like clicked into this new gear, which, look, I'm not the biggest.
I think we all knew they had it,
but the Eels are fizzling out, and the Eels have the very, very hard run home.
Yes.
And
that was with Moses back.
Yeah. Do you reckon he was rushed back? But like, my brother's got 2 fractured vertebrae, and like that poor bugger can't move. And I know you said his was a pussy one, but
yeah, I feel like in all, like with respect to Mitch Moses, I think your brother's is like much worse.
Yeah, true. He could have.
His was just like a pain management thing.
Yeah, true. Actually, I take that back. Now Warriors. This was the first game on Saturday. So sorry. Yeah, I got the Bunnies right. Warriors Sharks.
Yeah,
I
took the Warriors,
right, and I won $120 on my multi. So shout out to Warriors head to head and Hot Boy Reece Walsh and new Hot Boy Ewan Aitken for anytime try scorers. Ewan Aitken's my new favorite player, actually. I tag him in everything.
Yeah, maybe he'll follow us.
I'm going to get him on the show.
Yeah, mate. We never know.
Well, I would literally just talk to this microphone by myself if I could. I'll get anyone on. Trust me, Peter, we'll have you and Aitken on the show before you know it. All right, game of the round, which wasn't the game of the round.
Yeah.
Roosters versus Penrith. Now, look, we only lost by 6 points. And like you said, when you came up with that great analogy about if they score, bring your player back on for fairness, unless it's, I don't know. I'm sure there'd be measures or whatever in place to depend on what they were sent off for. Roosters still played
No,
their
because
dick
if
off.
it's such a bad thing they were sent off for, then it would be a genuine send off, not 10 minutes in the bin. If it's only worth 10 minutes in the bin, then you can come back on after a try scored, in my opinion.
Look, I completely agree with you. Sorry, I'm just getting the game up because I just want to double check some scores. I will say Matt Burton played well. I'll give him that. He
Yes.
yeah, he did play well.
I saw some quote. It was from literally some old person like Paul Kent or Buzz Rothfield or something saying like he hasn't, or Phil Gould or something.
It doesn't matter. You rattled off every old person you know now.
Yeah, it was one of them.
What was the quote?
And it was basically saying like he's hardly had any time in his preferred position and he's still played so outstandingly. So like he's got a lot more that he can do.
I feel like I heard that on Bloke in a Bar.
Yeah.
Because
they all copy us anyway. No.
Yeah, they pretty much copy everything that we say, even though we record it to them.
Comes out later.
Shout out Bloke in a Bar. Sponsor us, please.
Anyway,
I have to drink Great Northerns because I've been isolated to my fucking house for however long. But our hot boy, all of our hot boys actually scored on Saturday night. Radley's try was mad. That was just like a fucking sick little hole that he just like.
Yeah, that was sick.
Hot boy Manu and Tupou, the big giraffe. He's a cute boy.
He is cute.
If we are like categorizing them, he falls into the cute boys.
I know, he's so lanky and cute.
He's like true blue dinky dye, bring home to your mum, good bloke. Our boy Adam Kieran had a fucking shocker kicking.
Just after we fucking gave him this rap, how excited we were that he's like on the team. I mean, to be fair, I can't imagine Sam Walker would have done a better job.
But Sam shaved his head.
Well,
like maybe they should have handed.
No one's let him have a kick since he shaved his head.
I don't know what. Look. All I'll say is Robbo's doing great things considering. What is it? 64% or 62% of the cap's out, and now Hargraves is rested for the week. So I haven't even looked at the team list. Did you write anything about team lists?
No, not this week. I've done like literally nothing because I thought I wasn't. I thought I wasn't going to be at placement today, so I just figured I would plan.
I hope you can't hear me burping into the microphone either. So Manly Storm. I was actually.
I changed last minute to Manly.
Really? I thought you were always going Manly.
No, I was always going Storm, and I changed last minute to Manly because I was like. Once the Warriors won, I was like, oh, it must be the day for the Smoky because they weren't the favourite. And then Chooks and Manly both went on to lose.
Nah, well, I don't know. I just had faith in Manly. And look, they played hard. They played fair. There was that one-on-one strip from the Fox on Turbo where the tackle was definitely completed, but classed as a one-on-one strip. But
yeah, how's like Tommy Turbo's drop also like very out of the ordinary for him?
Yeah, look, I don't know. I still think like it was only a 10-point difference. Storm are just a force to be reckoned with. Like
but in saying that, like Manly definitely didn't play as good as they can play.
No, it was almost like they kind of were like spooked by the Storm. It'll be interesting
because spooked by the Storm.
They play Manly play Para this weekend, and obviously Para have just come off like a 3-game losing streak, but are still coming fourth or whatever. Whereas I think personally, I think Manly are going to come out and just be dominant as. Yeah,
I agree.
So it could be like I don't know. I could just be spreading shit that they were spooked, but
spread it.
We'll spread that.
Manly got spooked by Storm.
I'm going to clip that little bit just there.
Did.
Dogs versus the Tigers. Now, I definitely
I took the Dogs.
So did I. Like oh man, this was Sunday Arvo. I actually think I'm pretty sure I even turned this game off and went and started playing the PlayStation. which
Yeah.
I don't even know how to play. I don't even know how to play my dad's PlayStation. So that's how much it was pissing me off.
Yes. I also like just switched off from it. I think I went and played like Rummio with Pennell.
So there you go. We both resorted to some form of game. We've left the best game of all, rugby league, to go to another game. I was like, no, I've got to go and shoot some cowboys or something on Red Dead Redemption. I can't watch anymore.
Speaking of Tigers, though, I did watch both episodes of Tiger Town last night, and it's not too bad.
Well, we'll get to my opinion on that very shortly. But you can give your opinion now if you want.
No, I thought it was good. It was good. I think I don't know, like I was just thinking about it. I'm like, what direction is it going? Like, it's weird to make a real-time doco where you don't know where, like, what the result's going to be, because
I know.
like,
what if you know, like normally at the end of the year?
Normally sports docos are kind of like, you know, bit of shit, a little bit better, a little bit of shit. Then it's like build to like a really good thing at the end. And it's like, that's just not going to happen. So I don't know.
Yeah. So I think I'd heard this on another one where it's just like, does it end with him getting the sack?
That would actually be good viewing. Like that would be very dramatic.
I know that sounds so horrible, but like that's, I don't know. The Tigers fucking suck, and that pissed me off that the Dogs lost, because like I had full faith in them.
I thought they were going to bring it back.
But anyway,
I thought it was their chance to shine, but yeah, I was pretty.
Let's move on from them because they're pissing me off now.
Yeah.
I think I did actually put down the rifle and watched the Titans game.
Yeah, I watched the Titans game.
Brian Kelly got a double, which was good. Again, 36-14, starting to show that Titans defense, I think we talk about this every week, it's starting to tighten up, wind up.
100%. Although I think that the Cowboys, did they go in first a few times or something?
Let me check that for you.
I just remember thinking like, fuck me, I've taken the Titans here.
No, we went Brian Kelly first try scorer, Brimson, Fafita, and then Dearden. I don't mind Dearden, hey. Dearden's not good. Dearden's not a bad little player considering he's never won a game
I reckon
all year.
Yeah, I reckon Dearden's gun.
Yeah, I like him. He's quick too. Speaking of quick plays, he was quick off the mark. I do remember watching his try and just, fancy footwork, and then just fucking gassed whoever was chasing him.
Oh, he was handy as.
But, yeah, Val Holmes returned, managed to get a meat pie from the tuck shop as well. So, yeah, so mine was 5 from 8. So you probably got the same as me.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, righto. Well, that leads us to our Chix leaderboard. Now, we really don't have much longer left, and I've been obviously brainstorming, which is another one of the Dr. V energy drinks for those that weren't paying attention, because we are now sponsored by Dr. V energy drink, Brainstorm. So I was brainstorming myself because I'm like, fuck, if we're locked down, we were meant to be having this like end of season party. So I'm thinking we're going to have to just have a Zoom party, and we're going to have all 11 of the chicks on Zoom together. We'll all crack a beer together. I'll obviously, we can announce the winners, the snitches.
I mean, we've still got a few weeks. I think we just like wait and see. Although Liz will definitely still be in lockdown.
Liz will come through live stream. Tone's out in the kitchen, convinced that this is going through till November. So I might not ever see you till November.
Well, lucky if I can hear from me for an hour and a half every week.
Not only like on this podcast, to do practice ones as well, just to make sure that the real ones are right. Yeah. So, the Chix leaderboard. That's right. Brittany Sager on 124 points. So she has taken just like the solid lead. Now, look, when I asked Brittany to join this footy tipping comp, she was reluctant to, but I made her do it because I wanted more money in the pot for when I was thinking about winning. And she was just like, oh,
Wow.
nah, me and Naomi will just go in it together. I said, no. You have to join individually. Brittany has
No
taken off.
sharesies.
She has taken off and she's on 124 points. Liz are close. Well, no, not even close. 121 and Tar tied with her, but margin differentials obviously on 121. Naomi, shout out, second full week in a round. So she's she's climbing the ladder.
She was like steadily at the bottom for a long time, and now she is climbing her way back up.
And she did say to me, I don't know whether she said it to me or it was in the group chat, but if she does overtake Brittany, she won't be sharing the prize money. So,
well, that's why they entered separately, isn't it?
Well, that's it. Like you enter separately and winner takes all.
Yeah.
No, that's not true. It's actually divvied up by percentage. Pardon me. And the cash is in my drawer, so I don't spend it. But then I've just realized I'm probably going to have to fucking put it back in the bank and then transfer it to everyone. Because we're never going to be out of this fucking lockdown. All right. So that's the Chix leaderboard.
Come on.
Everyone at home should be watching this on YouTube because you're locked down, and if you're not working out and you're not drinking, well, actually, if you are drinking, this is probably the best time to be putting this up on the screen. So yes, it is Star and Marge, where we go through and name our Star and Marge of the week. Marge is a fuckwit, a dickhead, a see you next Tuesday for anyone that's new to the podcast. Petey, kick me off. Who is your Star this week?
Look, I think I'm gonna go.
This week. I struggled this week because I've fucking done nothing.
Yeah, I also was just thinking of them just before I jumped on and am speaking now. And I think my star this week is that I get to go back to placement when two people missed out. So that is very good.
You're a star in yourself. Like you're like that. You should be proud of that.
I think I should really make my CE, my clinical educator, the star, because she's the one that chose to have me stay on.
Make your mind up. Who do you want it to be, you or her?
I'll give it to her. Also, because apparently the girls that didn't get to, I thought they would just have to do the rest of their weeks, but they actually have to do the whole 6 weeks again.
That.
Yeah, so I am thank you to my CE. She gets my star 100%.
What's her name? Are we allowed to shout it out or?
Katie.
Shout out, Katie. All right. My star, literally because I watched the second episode of Tiger Town last night, my star goes out to Madge Maguire because I feel sorry for the poor fella. He obviously has so much heart and passion, and he seems like a genuinely nice guy, and everyone talks about him being this really hard coach. And obviously if you watch episode 1, you see his very sensitive side, blah, blah, blah. But then in the episode, the second episode is when they're playing for Tommy Raudonikis and they get their asses handed to him. And he just pretty much walked into the sheds and was just all right, I'll see you at 3:00 tomorrow. And then just walked out. I was holy fuck, that was savage.
Yeah.
And he got my star because, I don't know how you deal with a bunch of beaters like that.
It's funny, don't you reckon? Definitely people are rough and whatever, and but in women's rugby, in a team, I've never been in a team where the coach has been allowed to just say he's not fucking doing enough, you're no good, get up, really get up. But
everyone's so fucking positive in women's rugby.
And it's if someone says something a bit rude, everyone's come on, keep it positive, positive, which is me as well, because I don't like being yelled at.
How many times have you, we've only played a handful of games together, but how many times have I gone behind the post with my head about to blow off?
Not too bad.
That's because I contain myself. Not very well.
Anyway, who's your Marge?
My Marge, well, I kind of had Will Chambers to start off with, but considering I consider myself a little bit of a lippy prick,
yeah,
I'm going to retract that. The 72-hour wait, sorry, let me rephrase that. The 80-hour wait for my COVID results, which kept me constrained to my fucking house, doing home workouts and getting drunk by myself. 80 hours I waited and a day sick leave.
Yeah.
So that like really pissed me off. But anyway, we've already talked about that. So who's your Marge?
I might just give it to COVID, the growing situation. It's like getting much worse here. I was actually like,
we've double marched COVID today.
Yeah, I was pretty like relieved because I was just having like the week of doom last week, and I was like almost relieved that we went into lockdown. But then now I'm like, oh, it's probably going to last a fair while.
Yeah, November. We just talked about that. I just can't get an angle where my chin doesn't look like I have fucking 3 of them. So
yeah.
Sorry to the YouTubers. It concerns me because I'm all the way out in the sticks now. I miss my friends. I'm lucky that we can Zoom. We're trying to hook like Brooke up to do a Zoom with us, but she's as bad as fucking useless as tits on a bull. So useful as tits on a bull, I should say. That's the phrase. And so I don't know how that's going to happen. We'd love to have her on. And if Ewan Aitken wants to jump on,
reach out, Ewan Aitken.
And also Daily Blue, we'll try and get him on too.
Yeah, definitely.
But I want us to kind of get like the Zoom thing a little bit more smoother before we start adding guests.
Yeah, I think so too.
If a third person, like it was good with the ice one because you were like with me. So
yeah, we're on the same screen.
So if we had like that third person, fuck, it could just be shambles.
Yeah. And I just like think it would be a little bit embarrassing to have you and Aitken like on the Zoom call and us being, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Nah. You know? And you're just being like, I'm not very good at lip reading. So
and that's coming through as a text message too. I'm like texting, I'm like, I can't lip read what you're saying. Oh, I really wish we filmed us trying to do it the other day. God, it was so funny. I actually had plans of like making a little reel of like me setting the podcast up and then us just having like a joke being like, can you hear me? Can you hear me? But then I was tired and now I'm bloated and then I could be fucked. If you guys are liking the reels that we've been making, please share them and comment and like and all that crap. And if you've got any like ideas for some reels, send them in because I most likely will make them. All right, so we've talked about COVID being the biggest Marge ever. Should we rip into our round 22? I think we're up to.
I just think we should maybe touch on preview wise. The Bledisloe was on this weekend gone, the first game of the Bledisloe.
Yeah, I didn't watch it.
Yeah, well, it was on at the same time as the Chix game, and I had to watch the Chix on my laptop and
God, yes, you did send me that. That was hilarious.
And I allowed Fennell to watch the Bledisloe on the main screen. I did want to see the Bledisloe as well, but I prefer the Chix. So, but we lost.
So in love, it's not funny. Like, I'm not crying. You're crying.
Anyway, we lost 33-25 to the All Blacks, which is like not the worst score considering they're much better than us.
Didn't we come back? Like, didn't we come back strong?
Yeah.
What I heard?
Yeah. Look, and it was fine. I was like kind of watching the Chooks, so I don't have the best.
When's the next one? And it's at Eden Park again, I've heard.
They're actually all at Eden Park, so that helps. The place that the New Zealand's never in the history of rugby been beaten at, so cool.
Oh, nice. When's the next one?
I don't know, September or something.
We should do like a rugby and footy. It'll probably be on the same night as a Chooks game. You and I should Zoom and we'll both have it playing and we'll just get pissed together and watch it and dribble.
Sounds good.
And then we'll post it to YouTube.
Yes.
I'm sure that would get no views. All right. So we've got Thursday night. So what day is it today? Wednesday. This may come out tonight. It may come out tomorrow. Depends.
Well, that's the beauty of doing it on a Wednesday because we've got a bit of wheel room.
And I've got the morning off, except for the Bronco that I have to do. Okay, Thursday night, we've got the Storm versus the Raiders.
I've gone Storm.
Same.
I don't think that there's any sort of much else to say. Although I did read somewhere that Chance Nickel Clockstar might be back this week, but he would be pushing it. It's this week or next week. He was like potentially back.
How about I get all the team lists up as we go?
Oh, we can do that if you want.
No. I did hear on the news just before that Corey Horsburgh is now on loan to the Bulldogs, I'm pretty sure. For the
Yes,
rest of the
that
season.
is true.
And someone else, but I can't remember who else the other person was.
I don't know. I just know that is true of Corey Horsburgh.
Yeah, so definitely Storm. I don't really care too much about this game. So if you're
Don't
happy
either.
to move on, I'm happy to move on.
Yes.
Panthers, Dragons.
I wish it was a bit of a better one because I like the Thursday night game. Like that is such a good game to watch normally because it's like it's like gets you ready for the weekend. You've only got one more day of work left and you're just like, oh, I already get to get into footy.
I hate to piss on your parade, but I'll be at work so doing night shifts. So
yeah.
I'll be watching it on KO from my phone.
Yeah.
Well, look, to be honest, the Raiders are that fucking hot and cold at the moment that it could turn.
They're not that hot. They are not.
No, they're not that hot. But some like Jackie Boy, I will say, in the game, whoever they versed last week, and they won. Pardon me. Jackie Boy put up a kick and then just like leapt, grabbed, scored, and I was just like, that was impressive. Like that was good. That was a good effort. So if they do turn up, I'd like 100% think the Storm will win. But if they actually turn up and have a crack, then yeah, it could be a good game.
Yes. They are paying $9.
Oh, yeah. Stay away from them odds. Dragons versus Penrith. I've 100% gone Penrith. I think.
Yeah, me too.
I don't even want to touch on. Well, we already know Kurt Capewell's out. Cleary's been named on the extended bench. Crichton's back. And obviously, Appy Coruscant didn't get charged because he's been named at hooker.
Yes.
So, yeah, cool. Penrith. Broncos versus Roosters. So, as you can see, nothing has been circled because we know that the Roosters will win. Well, actually, we lost to the Broncos last time. I was out celebrating. And we
actually don't have like Crichton or Jarewaria Hargreaves, which have been our two biggest.
That's why I was like at the start when they're like, oh, we're resting Hargreaves. I'm like, what? We're versing the Broncos. And the Broncos put up a pretty decent fight against the Knights last week.
Yeah, they're also hot and cold, but I have obviously still gone the Chooks, but I think that like $4.50 for the Broncos is value, which I hate to say, but
don't you ever fucking put money on that.
I'm not going to.
I think it'll be a close game. I think it was a close-ish game. Oh, I might have blew out at the end. I honestly can't remember.
Yes.
I just know I watched it at a pub, which I like watching the Roosters either blind with you at a pub or in the comfort of my own home blind.
I often find I get a bit like I miss too much when I'm at the pub.
Yeah, exactly. And then
it's
like that State of Origin that we tried to watch and then had to watch the KO mini the next day because I couldn't remember the fucking thing.
Yeah.
All right.
Pussy.
Bunnies. So Saturday we got Bunnies versus Titans.
Obviously gone Bunnies.
Yeah, same. Gone Bunnies. Like they're just clicking into gear. I know. I reckon this is going to be a good one. This game.
It'll be a really good game to watch because both of them have got like super gun flary attack, so it'll be like fun and also not terrible defense, but not known for their most amazing defense. So like just watching two teams like have like gun attack will be so good to watch.
Exactly. It'll just be kind of like fun footy, like play what's in front of you and whatnot.
Bit of backyard footy.
Backyard footy. So I'm looking forward to that. I won't worry about the ins and outs. I don't really care. Cows versus Tigers. Now, I think I read a stat that the Cowboys have lost like 8 or 9 in a row.
Yeah, they're not doing too good at the moment. And to be honest, I don't know if I'm just swayed by the fact I've been watching Tiger Town, but I've gone the Tigers.
Please don't make me choke. I'm so bloated and I don't want to spew on camera. I've also gone the Tigers because I don't trust the cows at all.
No.
I like Adam.
I also don't trust the Tigers though.
Oh fuck no, I don't trust the Tigers either. But look, this could be a coin flip, everyone. So you know how they say gamble responsibly? Bet responsibly. Like our word is not gospel just for this game. Most of the time it is, but I wouldn't take our word.
But most of the time.
Like everything we say about like the Bender Mender and the Dr. V stuff, like take that as gospel. Everything that we say that we spread, like when we spread it, take that as gospel. Cowboys versus Tigers games, not our territory. All right, Manly versus Eels. What the
Good Manly to win and win well.
What the fuck? I've circled Eels.
Oh my goodness. Weird.
That's weird as fuck. I've just put the Marnies out because obviously Marnie redid
season
his shoulder.
ending.
Oh, thank God. I've tipped Manly in the tipping comp. What?
Yeah, surgery and out for the season, which is not good for little Marnie.
Yeah, that sucks because he actually is a gun and has been ripping and a tearing, and it was the same shoulder that he dislocated or did whatever damage to not that long ago.
Yeah, he's one of my favorite for them too.
Yeah, same. I like him. I used to like Dylan Brown until he touched our boy up.
Me too.
Yeah, Dylan Brown was on the hot boy list and now he's on the not boy list. So there's the three categories that they fall under.
Hot, cute, and not.
Hot, cute, and not. That's it. Sunday ticket, the Sunday game. So I'm pretty sure.
Warriors versus Dogs.
Wait, no, I'm just trying to figure something out. Thursday night, Friday night. Oh, no. Yeah. I'm just trying to figure out like when I'm not at work. I'll definitely.
You won't be at work.
Yeah, I won't be at work. Warriors versus Dogs. I'm going Warriors. Fuck the Dogs. Sorry, you go.
I also am at this stage, but I will be like filthy if I've tipped the Dogs so many times and I still miss out on the 1 week they win.
No, I've completely lost all and utter fucking hope. But then I hear that Corey.
Is everyone in for the Warriors?
Oh, sorry. I'm on the phone. I'm on phone duties tonight. I have 9 text messages. I don't know 9 people.
They're probably all from me.
Are you on yet? What game are we talking about?
Warriors versus Bulldogs Sunday night.
Okay, so obviously Matt Lodge, Kane Evans, and I'm not going to even pronounce. I feel disrespectful trying to pronounce these names. Viliami Ballet, they're out for the Warriors. Pompey, Townsend, Murchie, Frey, Tanua Brown, Wade Egan, they're all in. Ins for the Bulldogs. Horsburgh, Jackson Topine, Jaden Ockenbar, Joe Stimson, Kyle Flanagan, Lachlan Lewis, Ryan James.
All ins or outs?
They're ins. Outs are
Right.
Waddell, Napa, Hetherington, and Alita. So
Both a bit depleted, but I am going Warriors at this stage.
yeah, so our boy Chanel up against our other boy Bailey.
I love Chanel.
Yeah, so we've got our 2 favorite 5'8" going at each other.
Chanel is the reason they got back up on top last week.
No, Ewan Aitken is my favorite second rower in the comp.
Chanel.
There, I said it.
Ewan Aitken was already playing. Chanel just came back from injury.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying Ewan Aitken scored.
Yeah, but Chanel was the difference, I think.
Look, I'm going for that because Warriors are now my second favorite team because of Ewan Aitken.
I know.
I don't even know him.
Yeah.
If I inbox him enough, I'm sure we'll get his attention somehow. All right, we're going Warriors. All right, last game of the round. Sharks versus Knights. Now, this is the margin round.
I've got Knights by 6.
Wow. Knights by 10. So
I had 10 and I changed.
Did you really? Oh, well,
Yeah.
look, we always seem to have like the 2-point difference. Let me just go back to my previous notes. So, yeah, Sharks lost. Knights had a convincing win. Look, Piercy's back. Piercy's back. He's fit and healthy. He scored a try. I think I heard he got a try assist as well. He just sort of makes the team gel a little bit better.
Yeah, he's handy. And I think the Knights are going like a lot better.
Yeah, because they need a fucking leader out there, and he is a leader, and he is a tricolours. He's from the tricolours.
Yeah.
He's a born and
It's
bred
his
Bondi
it's his
boy.
Chooks background that has
That's words out of my mouth. If you played at the Chooks and go elsewhere, imagine what Isaac Liu is going to do for the Gold Coast Titans next year.
Oh my God. We were talking about this. Actually, do we want to talk about this? Titans are going to be gone. Like, I don't know. I think that will just be like
top 4.
Just be warming up. This season's just them getting into their groove, and then next year they're going to hit the ground running. Like, they have got such a good forward pack.
Liu will get there. Top 4 there.
We were just saying that we need Dad and I were talking about it, and we reckon Taylor. They need to drop Taylor and bring in someone else.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of him, but
did you know he's on $1 million a year?
Yes, I did know that.
I didn't know he was on that much.
Yeah, so there's like he's on $1 million. I think Pong is on $1 million. I think Teddy's on $1 million. Fafita's on like fucking $7 million a year or something. But
Ash Taylor is not worth $1 million.
But the conversation that I heard is like James Tedesco is worth every cent.
Yeah, bloody oath he is.
Turns up every week, like grinds, blah blah blah. Didn't mean to hit that.
And also rarely like out injured. Touch wood.
Rub the wood, touch the wood.
Yeah, but like
a couple of concussions.
Yeah, but reliable. Yeah, I think Ash Taylor. That's a waste of money.
Yeah, get rid of him. Whatever, I've changed my mind. All right, so we've gone Storm, Panthers, Roosters, Bunnies, Tigers, Manly, Warriors, Knights by 10 and by 6.
Yeah.
Beautiful. All right.
Now let's make some money in a multi.
Let's do it. Now, if sports bet now, because all of the changing of venues and bullshit, like heaps of shit got voided.
Yeah,
which was like a pain in the ass. So like, I'm in the wrong one. So like, I don't even know if I can tell you how many we would have got from last week, because I had a couple of good wins on the.
Anyway, shall we get into this week's one?
Oh my God, we did terrible in last week's one. We got 2.
How many?
Well, it's obviously 16 legs. 1 leg was void. We got 2 green ticks. I'm going to be completely honest. I've actually gone very conservative today.
I like that.
Yeah, I thought you would. All right, you ready?
Yes. First leg, Storm versus Canberra.
I've gone Storm 13 plus.
Yep. I'm going to go Rapana ATS.
He's a hot boy too.
Well, I don't know if he is or not.
I reckon
I don't
he
know
is.
this.
That little mullet at the back.
Something about his head I don't like.
You're making me laugh every time I drink. All right.
Penrith St. George.
Matt Burton.
ATS?
ATS. Can't go past him. Dubbo boy. Loves the white line.
ATS. And I will go Lomax ATS.
What's his first name?
Zach. Righto, Broncos versus the Chooks.
I've gone Roosters 1 to 12.
Yeah, I like that.
It was either that or head to head. I was nervous.
Nah, I think 1 to 12 is good. Extra value. And let me have a look.
I still think we'll get them.
Joey Manu, ATS.
Oh, yeah. You know what I was thinking about? I know this is another divergent, but we were talking about your birthday present the other day, and I was like, nah, I will get you the Salt Lab thing or whatever the fuck we talked about. But then I'm like, do you know what I will actually get you? I'll get you a swish from Drew Hutchinson as well.
No.
It'll probably be
Oh.
cheaper than Manu. So
It would be very cheap, mate.
I don't know if he's
He
on
should
to
pay.
it,
He should pay me to swish me.
but I'm like, oh, Peter would be so fucking mad if I did that.
It would be funny.
Yeah, I probably still will
Righto.
do it.
We have got rabbits versus Titans.
I've gone Latrell anytime try scorer.
I'll go the usual Tane Milne.
Yeah, they seem to just like rock up every week.
Yes.
Tigers versus Cowboys. So we've both agreed on this one, haven't we?
Yeah.
I've just gone Tigers head to head.
Yep. I like that. Who have we got? Let's go Nofaluma. Or do we like Dewey?
I reckon Nofaluma scores more. I prefer
Righto.
Dewey. But
Yeah.
I reckon he scores more. Just depends. Are you being conservative or am I being conservative or being collectively conservative?
We're being collectively conservative. I'll go lock in Nofaluma. Anyway,
right.
Manly versus Para.
I've already written it down too. I've
That
got
makes
Josh
it easier.
Schuster anytime try scorer,
Yes.
which is probably the only like outrageous one of my whole thing.
I might just go Sevo. ATS.
Yeah, hopefully big wingers on big wingers. That'll be good.
Yes. Now we got Warriors versus the Dogs.
I've gone you and Aiken anytime try scorer.
Shout out you and Aiken.
Shout out you and
Hope you get
Aiken,
over.
my favorite second rower in the whole NRL.
Righto, I'll go
Who are they
Peter
versus?
Hiku.
Peter Hiku.
Yeah.
Big P. Felt like a girl.
Rightio, Sharks versus Knights.
I've just gone whoa, wrap it up. I've actually just gone Knights head to head.
Knights head to head. Ooh. I'm going to go Mulatalo. My boy.
What's his first name?
Ronaldo. Righto.
Who's your other favorite hot boy? Oh, I don't know if he's a hot boy, but who's the other fella from the Sharks that you froth on?
Will Kennedy?
Yeah, Will Kennedy. That's it.
Yeah, he's a gun.
Yeah, he's a gun. Nah,
Righto.
someone was talking about that. Yeah, hit me with a number.
$289,516.99.
Beauty. I'm gonna put that in a beautiful Canva picture. Put my dollar
Get it up
on
nice
that.
and early for people to get on it.
Yeah. So I might even get the Penthouse Multi out before the actual podcast. Well, that's it from us. Once again, I just want to.
I should probably shout out to Chucky for giving me her KO password because I can watch more footy now.
Wow. Good work.
Thank
Could
you.
ask me. I've got like 4 accounts on mine.
Well, you could have offered, but you didn't.
I'm pretty sure certain people from my past life are using my KO account. So I could have given you
Kick 'em off.
theirs. Yeah, good work, Chuck. You're a good woman. And thank you, Chucky, for always sharing our shit as well. Everyone be like Chucky. So before we wrap it up, make sure you jump on our Instagram page and like and share. If you like see this pop up on Spotify or whatever, share it in your feeds. Like us on YouTube, rate and review. If you do listen to us on Apple Podcasts, please leave a 5-star, only a 5-star thing. We won't accept anything less. Tell your friends about us. Tell your co-workers about it. If you're doing a home workout in the gym, tell your dad about it. Like just
Put it on in the background.
Just have it going in the background. It is great background noise.
It is.
And lastly, we just want to thank Dr. V again for supporting us and having faith in us. So yeah, jump on their website. We'll put the tags in the, what is it? The little thing on Spotify. And I tag them in all our reels and stuff that we do as well. So you can jump on their Instagram and have a browse, and then we'll put their website in the show notes as well. And make sure you use the code FFF, all in lowercase, to get 25% off a carton of any choice. Well, Peter, as always, it's been a pleasure.
Same to you.
So
It's a late one. Past my bedtime.
what time is it? Holy fuck, it is
8:30.
8:30. All right, we know what that means. Wait, I need to leave these on.
So you should just taking them off.
How do I just stop the